the returners holds it off in the end.
Well, they did a really good job, TteS Esports, that is in really focusing fire on that Soul Reaper. And they did force the buyout from him. He wanted to maybe fight afterwards, but the damage coming out from Kinesis was just too much at that point. And I feel like TteS was maybe playing as if he had that token and maybe thought he was a little bit more tanky than he is. And he had me fooled too, because I thought he was a lot more tanky.
Yeah.
But he's going to need a little bit something more, maybe some armor now. Because Legionnaire is doing, Frostfield play would be great for him. Legionnaire is doing a considerable amount of physical damage, of course. And if you get him to that low point, he can decapitate you for if your health, I think, is at 625 health. So they actually have similar ultimates in that fashion.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Frostfield play, though, is what you're seeing right there. And just on Soul Reaper intelligence, obviously, he can benefit from greatly. So Frostfield play, wouldn't be surprised to see that as a next item choice for Angry TteS here. Playing the Soul Reaper, but they're going to go for Kongor now, or Franken Kongor. I believe I just saw an Elder Parasite purchase on Keeper of the Forest, so I guess, you know what, they need some damage output. I can honestly see that making sense with their lineup. They don't have that, Wretched Axe, sure, decent damage, but actually here comes the jumper from Legionnaire. What a reaction from Kinesis throwing him up, though. Kongor is just about dead. Who's going to get this? Kongor will fall right there in favor of TteS Esports. Who got that token alive? It looks like Keeper of the Forest did. Keeper of the Forest is going to fall right here. He'll come right back up, though. Hook coming out onto Parasite. Parasite is fine, though. Soul Reaper standing his ground. Wretched Axe getting locked in now. Soul Reaper with the demonic execution. Not enough for the kill. Keeper of the Forest will fall for the second time. Wretched Axe blinks away. Devour gets thrown up in the air. Devour also with the, oh no, that's his Keeper of the Forest Parasite, actually. Elder Parasite. So he goes down.
Wow.
The concede comes out. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to a third and final game here between TteS Esports and the Returners. Wow, indeed.
First game that TteS Esports has lost this group stage.
You're right.
The first game taken up from the Returners. Of course, last game we saw game one. It really was a stomp in favor of TteS Esports. But this game, Returners returned in strong fashion with a really strong lineup and some interesting heroes. And we finally got to see the full effectiveness of Kinesis in the mid to late game.
Yeah, that was quite the game there. I mean, you just talk about, obviously, seeing the Returners come through with a victory in the end, that is cool in itself, because the main reason, here we are now going to be going to a third and final game. But the way that was played, I mean, that was no doubt one of the more entertaining games we have seen in a while here on Honcast. So that was a lot of fun. We got to see a new hero come onto the competitive scene, and Jeppin's playing that Kinesis. And, not the first time we've seen him by any means, but the first time we've seen him on a very dominant level going into what was really coming to be a late game stage. So TteS Esports, they did keep it somewhat interesting. I mean, they were getting closer to winning a couple of those team fights and getting some picks, but just ultimately the early start from the Returners, they were really able to work off that very effectively, and it showed going into that mid to late game stage. So big win for them. We're going to a game 3 now, Trev.
Definitely. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Game 3 is coming up in just a few moments, so don't go anywhere.